Hi, welcome to another video. It's been a while, so I thought I'd just do a little video on a toy that I bought around April time this year. It is a Worx Landroid M500. As you can see, it's just busy cutting the edge of my lawn. It's been an interesting machine. It's quite entertaining to watch. I got this to kind of reduce the amount of time I spent mowing the lawn because I don't enjoy it. However, I spend more time watching the thing do its thing than I would have done mowing the lawn. It's quite entertaining to watch. This particular model parks itself in a charging station, which it's currently in. I installed just a rudimentary cover over it just to try and keep the worst of the rain off, although the machine is waterproof, it says. It's been out here since April doing its thing, and it actually does a very good job. I've had it turned off. It's done nothing but rain for the last like 5 days really, and the grass has been very wet, and they don't seem to work well with it when the grass is wet. It clogs the blade and it just spins the tyres and stuff. You can see there's a lot of dirt built up here, actually in the tread of the tyres, which I suspect I'm supposed to be cleaning off. But I've just set it going today, and on an edge routine. It has a few routines, but an edge routine, basically it trims the perimeter. I haven't quite got the wire as tight to the edges as I can, so you've got about a 6-inch gap of unmown lawn, but a few minutes with a strimmer sorts that out. You can see around the corners here the grass was probably 1.5 to 2 inches, and it's trimmed it down to about 1 inch and a bit. So it does a fairly good job. It's gone all the way around. Excuse the lawn, it's lovely and green, but it's not really edged properly. But I shall just set it going on a random kind of like cut. It doesn't follow a particular path. It kind of runs along until it bumps into something, and then it turns around and continues on going. And over the course of about 4 hours of cutting, it actually does the whole lawn, and it does a pretty good job. So I shall get it going now. There is actually an app that you can use on your phone, but just to get it going, you can just press start and then press OK, and off she goes, and she'll do her thing. It'll sit there for a minute and it'll beep, and then it'll be off. And the route it takes will now be completely random, and it'll just go around the lawn in a random pattern. You can hear the grass is quite long where it's not been mowed for a few days, and it's still a little bit wet, so it does spin the tyres a bit. But like I say, the tyres are full of like residue from grass cuttings. There's lots of residue on the grass, but yes, it mows along. It's quite happy. It's amazing actually how unflat my lawn is. When I run my RC cars on it, it appears fairly flat, but yeah, when this is on here, you realise how many holes and dents there are in your lawn. But it's quite an entertaining little machine to watch. I don't know if they're worth the money. They are quite expensive. I think I got this on a fairly good deal, and it was £550, which is fairly pricey. And it's not been without its teething problems. It's cut through the wire a few times. It uses a perimeter wire which goes all the way around the perimeter of the lawn, so it stays within the wire boundary. But it has on occasion, the wire, I found I hadn't quite pinned it down tight in a couple of places, and it decided it was going to nip the wire, and the moment it cuts the wire it stops, and it sends an alert to your phone to say, help, I've stopped. But you'll see that at the minute the tyres are spinning. The lawn is it's still a bit damp, and as it starts to rotate, it's only got one single wheel at the front, a bit like a shopping trolley caster. So the initial turn, where the rear wheels, the drive wheels at the back, do their thing, it takes a few seconds, or a few tenths of a second for the caster to turn to the correct direction, and then it's off again. But while it does that, it does spin the tyres a little bit. Now you can actually get better tyres. These are the ones that came on it, but I'm reluctant to spend £100 on better tyres. And you can also get like a crash avoidance thing, which is a bit like car reversing sensors, but it goes in the front, so that if it runs into an obstacle, rather than actually running into an obstacle, realising the motor has stalled and then backing off, it actually detects it and steers around it. Now, I may invest in that, but they're stupid money, and it's effectively just a car ultrasonic sensor, which, you know, literally is a few quid in a fancy housing, and it plugs into the underside. So I don't like spending money on something that I know actually costs nowhere near as much as its retail to actually manufacture. But yeah, this is kind of a replacement for my Worx electric lawnmower, battery powered one, the 40-volt one, which I have done previous videos on. But I've had a couple of issues with that, which I will upload some videos on that in due course. But I just thought I'd just give you a little sneak peek of this thing, which has been merrily cutting the lawn for 6 months, and so far so good. So if you like this sort of stuff, just give us a like or subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.